So it's being reported by ringsidenews.com that the WWE knew that Sami Zayn wouldn't last as a top guy. And, when it comes to Sami Zayn, being in the main event scene, it was very special because he had an organic rise to the main event scene from his stuff with the bloodline, him being a fixture in that entire storyline for almost an entire year. And he really got over that way of being the honorary Uce. And ever since, WrestleMania, because he did main event WrestleMania Night 1 with Kevin Owens. But I think ever since they beat Solo and Roman at Night of Champions, it seems that Sami Zayn, along with Kevin Owens, is, they're really not involved in anything meaningful. They're just having good matches, defending their titles, right? And judging what I see on my television screen is that Sami Zayn is not viewed in that regard anymore. And it's pretty believable at this point, because I'm not surprised that they're saying that, because all you got to do is look at your TV screen. The proof is in the pudding as to, why they don't see Sami Zayn as a main event talent. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Sami Zayn. He's a very great talker. I mean, that's obvious, right? A great character, the underdog, the ultimate underdog babyface, right? They had a chance to give him that run, to create a huge, monumental moment by him beating Roman Reigns, being the first one to pin Roman Reigns in 3 years for the Universal Championship in his home country. That would have been a legendary, iconic moment. That would have been on the same level, in my opinion only, that would have been on the same level of Eddie Guerrero beating Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship at No Way Out, 2004. That's what that would have reminded me of. Because the fans were ready. That crowd was ready for Sami Zayn to pin Roman Reigns. They were ready for it, guys. They were ready for it. But they didn't pull the trigger, because they wanted to kind of sell us this storyline that Cody Rhodes will be the one to finally beat Roman. But that didn't happen, obviously, because Roman had to set the record for his title reign, which I can understand, because WWE and their records, they love having their talent break all the records. They saw an opportunity with Roman Reigns and they took it. They sacrificed a monumental moment in history for Roman Reigns to break a record, a title reign record. They sacrificed three great, iconic moments. Drew winning at Clash at the Castle, Sami Zayn winning at Chamber in his home country, and Cody Rhodes winning at WrestleMania to finish his story. They sacrificed those 3 iconic moments in time in wrestling history for Roman's record-setting title reign. And last year and earlier this year, Sami Zayn, has been part of a lot of main event matches. The Survivor Series, War Games match, with the Bloodline, him betraying Roman Reigns at the end of the Royal Rumble challenging Roman Reigns for the title at Elimination Chamber in the main event. And then him main eventing night one with Kevin Owens defeating the Usos. And I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Sami and Kevin main event Night of Champions against Solo and Roman? If I remember that correctly, I'm not sure if Cody and Brock main evented or the tag team title match main evented. I'm gearing up. I'm gearing towards the title match, the tag team title match main event in that show. That's what I'm thinking, because when Roman is on a pay-per-view, he's always going to have a main event match. Like Roman, when does Roman never not main event a show? I don't even care if Brock is on the show. If Roman is on the show, he is main eventing. So yeah, he main evented Night of Champions, WrestleMania Night 1, Elimination Chamber. He was in the main event match and the main event segment with Roman Reigns at the Rumble, War Games, Survivor Series. Yeah, Sami Zayn has been in a lot of main events, man. That's insane. That's crazy, considering that early on in his career, there wasn't much hope for Sami Zayn. Because early in his career, he was booked like crap. He was booked like crap. He's only gotten better booking under Triple H, of course, and being that conspiracy type of heel, right? The conspiracy theorist, and then, being the honorary Uso. That's the best Sami Zayn has ever been and that he's ever looked, But, Wrestling Observer reported that Vince McMahon's company, but I really think it's Vince that thinks that Sami Zayn is not a top guy or a main event player. But they never really saw Sami Zayn as a top guy and believed he got over as a fluke. Now, that's cap. Okay, that is cap. I don't believe that for 1 second. You mean to tell me that Sami Zayn got over as a fluke? So let me get this straight. Months and months of long-term storytelling, building up the bloodline storyline with Sami Zayn as the honorary Uso, him being a regular fixture, and then gradually the fans rooting for Sami Zayn, getting behind him because they saw how entertaining he was. They saw, they really started to see the charisma in Sami Zayn and what he really had to offer. Yeah, he's not. He doesn't look like Roman Reigns. He's not Rock. He's not, Stone Cold. He's not Hulk Hogan. Of course not. He's Sami Zayn. He looks like your regular, everyday type of dude. He looks like a cab driver, of course. But you cannot sit here and say that he is not organically over. Mick Foley was the same way. And he was over. Not on the level of Stone Cold and The Rock, but he was beloved. He was that beloved underdog babyface. That is what Sami Zayn is today. So them saying that Sami Zayn got over as a fluke, knowing his track record in the past year, is laughable. I mean, back at WrestleMania 38, he had one of the most entertaining matches on the card. One of the most entertaining matches on the card, it was a celebrity match with Johnny Knoxville. Was part of the most engaging, thrilling storylines in history of the WWE in recent memory. He was part of the first ever WrestleMania main event tag team title match, right? He was this close to beating Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber, responsible for the biggest pop in recent history when he turned on the bloodline. He turned on Roman. And Sami Zayn is still getting top-notch reactions every single night. Maybe not to the level before Elimination Chamber, but still, he's getting a consistent positive reaction every single night. He's still one of the most over baby faces in the company. So them saying that Sami Zayn got over as a fluke, it's laughable. Because that's how they looked at Zack Ryder. Right? That's how they looked at Zack Ryder. Oh, he got over as a fluke. Yeah, he wasn't supposed to get over on his own. He's the flavor of the month. They'll get over him. See, if Vince didn't create them, if Vince didn't help get them over, if his writing did not get them over, guess what? He's not going to use them. He don't care about them. I guarantee you, if Vince was full on, in control, creative again, Sami Zayn would not be in the spot that he is in right now. I guarantee you, he would not be. People forget, Sami Zayn was one of Triple H's favorites in NXT. He was, and Dusty. And one of Dusty's favorites too. He was. He was never a Vince McMahon type of guy. Vince only saw him as a mid-carder, right? That conspiracy theorist, mid-carder on SmackDown. That's how he saw Sami Zayn. You know? And they say even when he did reach the top guy level, that the WWE knew it would not last. And I beg to differ. I think he's still over. I think if we do a program with Roman and Sami, we run it back. We run it back from Chamber, and we do Roman and Sami for SummerSlam, I guarantee you he will be just as over, if not even more over. And the fans will be clamoring for Sami to beat Roman. I guarantee you he will still be over. That's just the WWE's excuse or Vince McMahon's excuse not to push him as a main event level talent. Right? They go on to say that they always saw Zayn as just a guy who got over as a fluke, and they didn't see him as having potential past a certain level. And when he got there, they quote unquote knew it wouldn't last. So, I just come on here to report that piece of news to you guys. What do you guys think? What's your comments? What do you think? You think Sami Zayn is still over? And if he were to face Roman for the title at SummerSlam in Jay's position, do you think he would still be over as he was at the Chamber? Let me know your thoughts down below. I think Sami Zayn is still over, and he still gets the biggest reactions of the night. if we're ranking the top 5 baby faces right now on the main roster, Sami Zayn will most likely be number 4, number 3, or number 4 behind Seth and Cody. Obviously, I'm putting Cody at number 1. Seth will most likely be number 2. Zayn number 3. LA Knight number 4. And number 5, I don't even know who. Oh, Jey Uso. Jey Uso at the moment. I would say Jey Uso. I would say the top 5 baby faces right now, and on the main roster: Cody, Seth, Jey, Sami, and LA Knight. So that's my thoughts. I think that the WWE is delusional, and once again they choose to be blind to organic guys getting over organically. And this has been a pattern. Every time you get organically over and not by the machine helping you get over, it never works out. Ask Zack Ryder. He knows all about that. Well, that being said, this is Irrational Wrestling Mark, another edition of the Rational Wrestling Talk. Like the video, subscribe today. More content is to come, and I'm out. Peace.